Hey there guys, I just wanted to tell you guys about my makeup look for yesterday and today. So yesterday I went to the city and I went to the Museum of Natural History with my friends because we wanted to go to the planetarium, and then we just went to a few exhibits. I haven't been to the Natural History Museum in quite a few years. I tend to avoid it because I've been there like probably quite a few times. But Sarah also said that she's never been to the Met. So maybe that might be our next trip so we can do the exhibits that we hadn't done the last time, like me and Chris. Cause like the Met, you kind of need like a whole day. With the Natural History Museum, it's kind of easy to like skip some exhibits that you don't want to go to. Cause like the Met, like everything is real. Everything is a real artifact, but like with the Natural History Museum, like if they're showing like the history of like humans and animals in North America, they're all like mannequins or like models. So like doesn't really, I mean, it's like they're beautiful and there's so much detail that go into them, but like it's not like crazy essential for me to see these things when they're not real. So, but it was still a great time. We had so much fun. The planetarium is amazing. So, it was just so fucking cool. So, I primed my eyes with the Anastasia eye primer, and then I used the Clarins lip oil, and then I set my eyes with the Urban Decay pressed powder. And then for my eyeshadow palette, I decided to go into my Natasha Denona Yucca palette. I just felt like using Natasha Denona. So I went into Ixia in the crease, then I darkened the crease more with Valley, and then I used Flax on the outer corners, and then I took Plantasia all over the lid, and then for the inner corners I used Kamarabi. I still love this palette so much. I'm so glad that this was my last Natasha Denona palette. I don't think I've picked up a Natasha Denona palette in like almost a year. After I returned the I Need a Nude palette, I just have had no interest in any of her other palettes, and also I have 5 Natasha Denona palettes already. It's not like I need another one, but I'm so glad that I added this one last year. This is still one of my favorite palettes that I own because these shimmers are unreal and how beautiful they are, and they lasted quite a long time yesterday, so just so pretty. And then I went into Brighter Days from Blend Bunny on the brow bone, and then I primed my lashes with the Essence Lash Primer, and then I just used the Makeup by Mario liner in the shade Black. And then for my mascara, I just went into the Lancome Monsieur Big Mascara on the top lashes, and then the Maybelline Lash Discovery on the bottom lashes. And then I primed my face with the Do It Spray and the e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer. And then for my foundation and concealer, I went into the Lancome Taint Idol Ultra Wear Foundation in the shade 120N. And then I went into the Tarte C Concealer in the shade Porcelain 8S. And then I set my under eyes with the Pat McGrath Labs powder in the shade, just the Pat McGrath Labs powder. I don't know why I'm saying what shade. And then I also set my face again with the Urban Decay pressed powder. And then for my bronzer, I decided to go into the Pat McGrath bronzer in the shade Naked Desire. And then for my blush, I think I went into the Makeup by Mario blush again, and it lasted a really long time yesterday. So I find that cream blushes last quite a long time, so I wanted to go into the neutral one again that I got. So this one's the shade Barely Blushing. I still need to film my haul video on these products. I still haven't done it yet. And then for, can I speak normally? And then for my highlight, I went into the Ofra Cosmetics highlighter in the shade Moon Dance. This was the collab with Madison Miller. I don't support Ofra Cosmetics anymore, but I do admit they had blinding, beautiful highlighters. They're still some of my favorite highlighters that I own. And then I set my face with the Milk Makeup Setting Spray, and then I set my brows with the e.l.f. Brow Brow. And then for my lips, I prime with my Colourpop. I really need to clean this damn room. I really do. I prime with my Colourpop BFF liner. And then for my lips, I went into the Nabla Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the shade Adam's Dream. I haven't used this in so long. But honestly, this is like a straight up liquid lipstick. It's not a matte lipstick, so it can transfer. So it was transferring quite a bit on my face. So I had to wipe it a few times. Not anything like too insane, but it was a bit smeary, so it's a little annoying, but it was very comfortable to wear. So that's everything as far as my makeup goes. And as far as a reading update goes, I only got 30 pages through a Fate Inked in Blood yesterday, but I also had started 5 Broken Blades on my Kindle, and I got like 70 pages in. But the Kindle edition, it doesn't start till like page 12. So right now I'm on page for the physical copy because I'm following along. I'm on page 87 of the physical copy, but I think I'm on page 91 of the Kindle version. So it's really good so far. I'm really enjoying it. I just feel like I was getting very overwhelmed on what to choose to read first this month, and I'm so glad I went with a Fate Inked in Blood because I am in a romantic mood. So I will update you guys in just a few minutes about a Fate Inked in Blood. I just mostly read that on the Kindle yesterday because I wasn't going to bring a physical book with me to the city. That's just silly. So I always bring my Kindle on the train. So yeah, that's it. Bye. So hey there, guys. I wanted to tell you guys about my makeup look for today. I am filming this clip at the same time as the last clip. But I did work today. I just worked 6 hours, and honestly, this is like my last shift for a while. I don't know why, but kind of sucks. I do have a couple of plans this week. I'm planning to go to the beach again this Friday, and I'm supposed to see my boyfriend tomorrow. So like in between that, hopefully I'll be able to look for some jobs, hopefully clean my room, get some appointments made, like stuff like that, like just shit I need to take care of. But yeah, today I just worked, and I was so exhausted from the museum and the city yesterday but I wasn't like dying at work. I think because I've been a little bit more active, it's been helping me, just get my body more tired so I can fall asleep better. But every time I say that, I always jinx it, so. But I've been getting like a few hours of sleep every night, so. So yeah, I prime my eyes with the Anastasia eye primer, and then I use the Clarins lip oil, and then I set my eyes with the Urban Decay pressed powder. And then for my eyeshadow palette today, I kind of just randomly went into the Colourpop Pokemon palette because I kind of decided what I was wearing like 30 minutes before I had to get ready, because I originally was going to wear a dress, but then it said it was supposed to rain and it wasn't supposed to be as warm today as it was yesterday, because yesterday it was like 90 degrees, but today it was like 75, 80-ish, so it did cool down quite a bit, but it was gonna rain when I was inside, but also like the store was freezing, so I was like, thank God I didn't wear a dress today, or else I was gonna be freezing in the store, because I don't know why the AC was just like so cold today. So I wore like my blue tie-dye shirt that I hadn't worn in quite a while, and it still looks really cute. So I went into just these 3 shades in the palette, and they were just so pretty. So I just went into Cerulean City in the crease, and I just darkened up the crease in the outer corners with SS Anne. And then I went into Evolution on the lid. And then for the inner corners, I used the Gold Elite 4 Can I Speak English? And it actually looked really good. So I really liked how this looked. The blues in here are just so good. They're like probably the best colorful eyeshadows besides the teal ones. And then for my mascara, I just went into the Lancome one again. And for my liner, I went into the Colourpop liner in the shade Crystal Crush, because it's like a electric blue shade. It just looked so good. And then I went into the Maybelline Lash Discovery in the bottom lashes and primed my lashes with the Essence Lash Primer. And then for my face, I primed with the Do It Spray and the e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer. And then for my foundation, I went into the Laura Mercier Real Flawless Weightless Perfecting Foundation in the shade 1C1 Cool Vanille. And then for my concealer, I went into the Laura Mercier Real Flawless Weightless Perfecting Concealer in the shade 10N1. And then I set my under eyes with the the Paprika Labs powder, and then I set my face with the Urban Decay pressed powder. And then for my bronzer, I went into just my Haus Labs bronzer in the shade Light Level 1. And then for my blush, I just went back into one of the Pokemon blushes, I just used the Pikachu one in the shade Electro Ball just because I felt like using it. And this is just such a good, you know, reddish cream blush. I just really love it. It's just so pretty on the skin. And then for my highlight, I went into the Blade Buddy Cosmetics Noctilucent palette. Oh my gosh, so tired. In the shade, and I just used the shade Apparition, which is kind of like the bluish one. I just didn't feel like grabbing anything else, and I can always count on this palette to be absolutely amazing, and it just always looks so good. I use this palette so much, you have no idea. I use it like probably like twice a week at least. And then I set my face with the Milk Makeup Setting Spray, and I set my brows with the e.l.f. Wow Brow. And then for my lips, I went into just a gloss because I didn't really feel like picking out a lip. And also, like, I didn't really have that much time. Oh my god. It's in my bag. I just went into one of the Pokemon glosses. And also because my eyeshadow was already blue, I just wanted to use something really subtle. So this one has like a blue tint to it. So I just went into the shade Waterstone, and it was so pretty. So that's everything I use as far as my makeup goes. And then as far as a reading update goes, I did finish a Fate Inked in Blood earlier tonight. I finished it at like 10:15. It's like 11:50 right now. So it was really, really good. I gave it a 4.75 out of 5 stars, which it was very close to being a 5-star. I just didn't really get like that 5-star feeling, but it was just so good, so fast paced, such good writing. And I got through it in like 2 hours to finish it because I didn't, like I said, I didn't have that much time to read it yesterday because I didn't get home until midnight and I only read like 30 pages and then I started getting so sleepy. So I got up to page like 270 last night, and then I just finished the rest of it today. I read like 15 pages this morning, and then I only got to read like 15 pages at work, and then I just binged the whole thing tonight because I got up to page like 295. So I only had like 115 pages left, so I'm like, I'm just gonna binge it, and it was so good. And I finally finished my first book this month. I mean, technically it only took me 2.5 days because I think the first day I got through 120 pages and the second day I got through 200 to page 240, and then yesterday was only 30 pages, but that was kind of a wash. But at the same time, that just cut down the amount that I needed to read today. But again, it was just so fast paced to read. It was so good. I really loved it. So like I said, I did start 5 Broken Blades on my Kindle yesterday. So that's what I'm going to be reading now, and I'm really enjoying that so far as well. I'm just really in a romantic mood. It's just like, again, I was just getting so overwhelmed with like the options that I had to read that like honestly I didn't feel like reading any of them, and I felt like I was getting, I don't know if I just said this, but I felt like I was getting a little bit reading slumpy, and I'm like, oh my god, am I hitting a reading slump finally? Because like I don't really hit reading slumps because I try to pick books that I'm going to be super interested in. And I'm usually pretty good at like picking ones that I'm really in the mood for. But also because it's my birthday month. So like I was like, I hope I don't hit a reading slump. And for like the first time ever in the month that I really, really want to enjoy my reading time. So I think because I picked A Fate Inked in Blood, I was just so invested in it. It was so good. I loved the main character, Freya. She's like one of my favorite main characters now. I kind of felt the same way as I did about this book as I did about Lightlark and Nightbane and Serpents of the Wings of Night and Ashes of the Star-Cursed King. I forgot that that was the last like romantasy duology that I read was Serpents of the Wings of Night. Did I read that back in June? Yeah, I read that back in June. So honestly, I didn't really get a chance to read fantasy in July, but also like I wasn't really in the mood for it in July. And then like towards the end of the month is when I was starting like itching to read fantasy again. So I have quite a few fantasy books on my TBR this month and I'm just really excited for them. So yeah, that's it. Bye. Okay, so hey there guys. Just wanted to tell you guys about my makeup look for today. I don't know why this is like so like pale. So I actually went on another date with my boyfriend today. There's some stuff going on at his house, so I've just been like going out with him lately, and it's actually been really nice. So we've only been spending like a couple of hours out, like maybe like 2 hours, and he's like, I'm sorry about the short date. And I'm like, honestly, it's fine, because then I can get home and just read for the rest of the night, and that's basically what I'm gonna do. So I actually wore the shirt that I got at the Museum of Natural History when we went to the planetarium. I got this like moon phase shirt, and I think it's so cute, so I wanted to wear it today. It's super comfy. So we went to this bakery that he's been wanting to go to for a while, and it was really cute. And then we went to this pizzeria, but he didn't know it was like so far away from the actual bakery that we went to. I thought they were like close to each other, but he's like, wow, it's a half hour away. And it's like, well, you're the one that said that you wanted to go there. Like, I don't care. It was only like 5:30 at the time. So we just got some pizza, and it was really, really good. So I primed my eyes with the Colourpop Party Proof Primer, and then I used the Clarins Lip Oil, and then I set my eyes with the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Powder. And then for my eyeshadow palette today, I decided to go into my Colourpop Star Wars palette, because I kind of knew when I wore this that I really wanted to use this palette, and I hadn't used it in a hot second. So just why not use the ones that I don't really use that often. So I went into Starfighter in the crease. Then I darkened up the crease more with Alliance, and then I used Star Destroyer on the outer corners, and then I went into Kessel Rum all over the lid. And then I just went into Brighter Days from Blend Bunny on the brow bone, and then that was it. That's all I used from the palette. And then I just went into the Makeup by Mario liner in the shade Black, and then I used the Essence Lash Primer. And then for my mascara, I actually picked up the Cali Ray mascara recently, so I did use that finally today. I keep on forgetting to use it, so I used it today. And then I went into the Maybelline Lash Discovery on the bottom lashes. I also washed my hair last night, so it actually looks clean. And then I primed my face with the Do It Spray and the e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer. And then for my foundation, I just went into my Cali Ray one. This is the Free Dreaming Skin Wellness Diffusing Tint in the shade The One. It's just such a good one. I love it so much. It looks so good on the skin. And then for my concealer, I just went into the Lancome Taint Idol Ultra Wear Concealer in the shade Ivory N. I haven't used this in a little while, so I wanted to use it today. And then I set my under eyes with the Pat McGrath Labs powder, and then I set my face with the Colourpop Pretty Fresh powder. And then for my bronzer, I've actually been using this one quite a bit. I went into the Colourpop bronzer in the shade Private Party. This one's such an old one, but it's such a good one when I wear something like a little bit more cool tone. I don't know why I'm wearing more cool tones lately, but it is what it is. It's just what I felt like wearing. And then for my blush, I just went into the Beauty and the Beast blush in the shade Chip. Just because like I didn't really have that much time, so I just grabbed like the first blush that I thought of, and this one was just sitting in the bag, and I also haven't used it in a little while, and I really love this one, so I just went into that. I was using it so much when I first got it, so I was like, why not use it today? And then I just used my Forget Me Not palette by Blend Bunny just to go into my highlighter. So I just used the silver one called Memories right here. And then I also used that as my inner corner highlight just because it's such a beautiful like silver shade. So it's just such a pretty highlighter. I love these highlighters in here, but it's just such a perfect shade for this. And then I set my face with the Milk Makeup Setting Spray, and then I set my brows with the e.l.f. Wow Brow. And then for my lips, I just went into, where did I even put it? I thought I just took it out. I went into the Colourpop Luxe Lipstick in the shade What's Your Sign? Because I was just going to use the Star Wars dummy. Star Wars. I went into the Star Wars Luxe Lips. Well, I was going to in the shade Dark Lord, but it was a little bit too warm tone, so I just went into What's Your Sign, which is like my all-time favorite nude lipstick. And again, I just didn't really have that much time to figure out what lipstick I wanted to wear because it was like 3:45 at that point, and I wanted to be out of the house by like 3:50, so I just like threw it on, threw my jewelry on, and left. So that's everything as far as my makeup goes. And then as far as a reading update goes, I am still reading, I forgot that I did say that I finished A Fate Inks in Blood last night in my last one, but I'm still reading Five Broken Blades by May Corland. I've actually been reading it on my Kindle. So, I'm not like that type of person that like has to have the physical copy of something if I'm reading it on Kindle Unlimited. Like, I love books, but if I can read it for free, then I'm gonna read it for free, unless it's either a book I haven't gotten to that like I purchased 3 months ago and then it just became like available on Kindle Unlimited like recently. Then like maybe I might read it on the Kindle, or I'll just read the physical book. But this one was not available on Kindle Unlimited, I think, until July. So I got it in Book of the Month, and, you know, I didn't get to it till now. But I've just been reading it on Kindle Unlimited because it's just a little bit easier. And also, it says I only have 5 hours left now in the Kindle version. So I guess I'm getting through it pretty quickly. So I got up to page 188. So I'm on chapter 28 right now. Let me see what page that is in the physical copy, because I've actually seen like following along. So I read like 10 more chapters today and yesterday. So I got like 100 pages more in. So that's pretty good. Oh, damn, I'm actually pretty far. In the physical copy, it says I'm on page 197. Wow. Just like sometimes Kindle says it, they're just like different page numbers, but I actually made a significant dent, so I think I'm pretty much halfway through at this point, because the book is like 474 pages, but on Kindle it's like 30 pages shorter. And so far, I'm really, really enjoying this. I think it's really good. I did find the shifting POVs in each chapter a little bit confusing, but now it's like pretty easy to follow along. And basically it's about 5 assassins that tell like their different stories in each chapter. Like it shifts from Sora, and then it shifts to another assassin the next chapter, and so on and so forth. And it just like tells you their story and journey in order to get to killing the king, June, in this book. They're all assassins that come together to kill the king because they all have different reasons to kill him. And it's just been really good. I've been really enjoying it. I wish there was a little bit more fantasy though, but there are like some fantasy aspects. But for me, like I just need something like really high fantasy, but it's still really good. It's actually been making me laugh quite a bit. There's some lines that are actually really funny. So I am really enjoying it. And I actually didn't realize like how many like first books of series that I'm going to be reading this month, or a series that I'm going to like start so I can be ready for the next book to come out. But like the next book for the 5 Broken Blades series doesn't come out until next year. I think it's like January or February. And then the same thing for A Fate Inked in Blood. The next book doesn't come out until like April next year. And then I am intending on starting to read the Belladonna series, because I did pick up the second one at Barnes & Noble, but the first one is available on Kindle Unlimited, so I am going to read that on Kindle as well. So actually, like, it's been getting me to read my Kindle more right now, and honestly, I really just wanted to read on my Kindle right now. I missed reading on it because I didn't really get to use it that much last month, because I really was concentrating on reading a lot of physical books. But if there's a book that's available on Kindle Unlimited that I already own, I'm just going to read it on Kindle pretty much now, because you just get through the book so much faster on Kindle, but also, like, I just love using it. It's just the best. My sticker fell off again. I don't even know where it went at this point. I'm just going to have to find it, but it keeps on falling off, so I'm just going to have to pick a new one because it just kept on falling off when I went to the city. And I brought it with me. But anyway, and also, like, what else was I going to say about Kindle? If they're available on Kindle Unlimited, I'm just going to read them. Like, I actually just returned Heavenbreaker, like, just now, because I saw that it was available on Kindle Unlimited, and I didn't buy that one too long ago. I guess I bought it, like, at the beginning or middle of June though, because he told me like he couldn't find it in my purchase history, but I was like, it's probably past the 30 days. Because he probably thought that I wanted a full credit, but I was like, can I just get store credit? Because I was returning The Love of My Afterlife, because like I just felt like I didn't need to keep it. Like, if there's certain books that I don't need to keep, I'm going to return them. I really did enjoy the book, but the less books I have, the less I need to worry about storing them. So I'm like, anything, I mean, it was still a great book, but anything like that's pretty much 4.75 or higher are the ones that I'm going to be keeping now, unless, again, they're like series that I really enjoy, or they're just authors that I really love. But like Abby Jimenez's books, like the Friend Zone series had just come out on Kindle Unlimited like a week after I bought the books. But with Abby Jimenez, I am going to own every single one of her books because she's my favorite romance author. Like, I didn't care they were on Kindle Unlimited or not. I'm still going to own all of her books. Like, that's how I feel about her. With Emily Henry, like, I just bought Funny Story on here. I just could care less if I own that one or not. I might buy the paperback when it does come out, but honestly, like, I don't feel the need that I have to own all of her books. So, or if it has like a really pretty cover or something like that. But the more I can read on Kindle Unlimited, the better. And then I can return those books. So I returned Heavenbreaker and The Love of My Afterlife. And then I picked up another book because I got a store credit for Heavenbreaker. So anyway, that's it. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this book so far. And then I'm also going to be reading the Songs of Ember, Flames Like Night series. I'm going to read those 2 books. The third book I think comes out next year too. And then I'm going to be reading the Shatter Me series at the end of the month. But I'm going to be reading the first 3 books. So I'm actually like very happy that I'm like going to be reading quite a few series or like starting them. It makes me so happy when only the first book has come out, because then it's like, then I can keep up with the series as it goes along. Like, that's why I was so happy when I read Powerless earlier this year, so then I could be ready for Powerful and Reckless, and I can just read them as they come out. That's always the best feeling, rather than feeling so overwhelmed sometimes if there's like multiple books out and you're like, oh my god, I have to commit to like this huge series. Like, I wish I could do that, but sometimes it's just so overwhelming and you just have to think about whether or not you have the time. So, because even though I love reading, it is a very time-consuming habit. So yeah, that's it. Bye. Okay, so hey there guys, I want to tell you guys about my makeup look for today. I was originally going to try and film my makeup haul today, but that didn't happen because I didn't actually go out until like almost 3:40-ish. It was almost like 4 o'clock by the time I got to the nail salon. Because I wanted to go get my nails actually fixed, and they didn't charge me for this, thank God, because like, I think that she knows that she can't charge me now, because like, I mean, that'd be crazy if they actually did, but like the chrome was kind of like already chipping off, and it had peeled off in such a bad way that it was like just looking pretty bad. Like the whole layer just like, I don't know what happened, but like it hasn't even been a week since I had gotten my nails done. So I just went back and I'm like, can you please just, redo the chrome layer, because I don't want to sit with like, if I'm paying for chrome, I want it to last, And also like this one doesn't look great, but it definitely looks better than the other one. Like it's not the greatest up close, but looking at it like this, it's like what I wanted. So it should be okay. And then I actually got a pedicure too, because I was like, you know what? Since I'm not getting a manicure today, might as well get a pedicure. And also like, it's been like a couple weeks since I'd gotten one. I just got a regular pedicure today. I wasn't getting a spa one. But also I do like getting pedicures just in the summertime. I don't do it unless it's the summertime when I can wear sandals or when I'm going to the beach. But pretty much I only get pedicures from like June to August, because pretty much after August I don't get pedicures anymore. I'll just get my nails done still. But like for me, I don't need my toes done unless I'm wearing sandals. So and when it's like super hot out, obviously. And then I just went to, and then I got a massage as well. I was like, I might as well get pampered today because I have nothing else to do. And also it was going to end up pouring rain tonight. I'm supposed to go over at my best friend's house tomorrow, and we're just supposed to chill and play video games and stuff. So I'm going to be here most of the day until like probably like 5 o'clock. So I'll be able to get a lot of reading done tomorrow. So I primed my eyes with the Colourpop Party Proof Primer, and then I used the Clarins Lip Oil, and then I set my eyes with the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Powder. And then I also went to Michael's, because it's in the same parking lot. Oh my god, it's about to like thunder really loudly. I hate waiting for the thunder. My dog hates it. Luna hates it. Watson's like okay, but they start barking if like it's really loud, because it's like 10 times louder for them. And then for my eyeshadow, I just went into my Colourpop Not a Box of Chocolates palette. I actually haven't used this in a little while, and I've been using the Golden Hour palette like a lot this summer, so I wanted to go back into one of my other favorite neutral palettes from Colourpop. So I went into Eau Chip in the crease. Then I darkened up the crease more with Amaretto, and then I just used Crazy for Cocoa on the outer corners. And then for the lid, I went into Champagne Truffle. And then for my inner corners, I used Honeycomb Crunch. And that's everything I used from the palette. I just used 4 shades. Well, actually, I used 5 because I did do my outer corner today. Usually, if I don't have, like, you know, plans with my friends, or if I'm just going out to do something for me, I don't put on this much eyeshadow. But again, I thought I was going to be filming a haul video, but it just didn't happen. And then I went into the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in the shade Brown, because it's now like 7 o'clock, and I just don't feel like filming right now. I just feel like reading for the rest of the night. There's nothing better than reading when it's raining outside, so... And then I went into the Essence Lash Primer, and then I went into the Colourpop Act Natural Mascara on the top and bottom lashes. And then I primed my face with the, actually the Terra 28 SOS Facial Spray, because I finally remembered to actually use it. I just wanted to kind of hydrate my face again. It is very hydrating. You can basically use it for whatever you want. You can use it as a priming spray. You can use it as like a skincare step. You can use it as a setting spray, like, or just to add some hydration. And it's just so good. I can't believe I haven't had it in so long. And then I went into, I set my under eyes with the House Labs powder, and then I set my face with the Colourpop Pretty Fresh powder. What else is new? And then for my bronzer, I decided to go into the Terra 28 bronzer, because I haven't used this in a while. It's just because, like, 99% of the time I'm usually too lazy to use a cream bronzer, but this one's so easy. So this one's the shade Bronzino Sun Coast. Hopefully that's what the shade name is. I'm not really sure. I got my forehead quite wet. And then for my blush, I just went into the Lunar... I believe this one's called Lunar Has It, from the Colourpop and Kathleen Lights blushes. Like I said, these are some of my all-time favorite blushes. I use these so much, but I just wanted to go into one that I use like every day. And then for my highlight, I went into my Rem Beauty one by Ariana Grande, and this one is the shade Miss Mercury, so I wanted to use that today because I hadn't used it in a little while, and it's just so pretty. And then I set my face with the Rare Beauty spray, and then I set my brows with the Essence Brow Gel. And then for my lips, I just went into the Summer Fridays Vanilla Beige Lip Butter Balm. Again, I love this thing. It's just so easy to use. Pretty sure it's called Vanilla Beige, right? I don't even know. Why don't any of these ever have the freaking shade name on it? Like, I just don't know why they make it so complicated to know what shade it is. Whatever, it's this one in this pack. Like, I really don't like that they don't have the shade name on it. That is a little annoying, but they're so good. I really love these lip products. So that's everything as far as my makeup goes. I'm probably going to take it off, like, probably right now. And then as far as the reading update goes, I did finish my 100th book today. And I'm literally like, what the hell? I cannot believe, since I started my reading journey pretty much in November of last year, I have now read 100 books this year. And then combining last year, I have read 115 books in the past like 10 months. Wait, October, November, December. 8, 9, 10, 11. I guess 10 months because August has barely started, so I would say 10 months because I didn't really start reading until like spring of last year, and then I just read the first book that I read really slowly. And then after that, I just like upped it on how many books I could read, and now I hit 100 books. Even though I've only read 2 books this month, I still didn't even care as long as I hit that 100 book goal. I just felt like it was taking forever for me to hit it, but I finished it midday today, so technically it only took me 5.5 days to finish 2 books. So I'm still pretty much sticking to my average, so hopefully we'll be able to read, maybe 12 more books this month, I'm hoping, because I've been sticking to 17 books a month. So we will see. I've just been reading a bit slower because like I said, I wasn't sure what I was in the mood for. But anyway, my 100th book was 5 Broken Blades, and I loved this book. It was so good. It's another 4.75 out of 5 stars for me. This one and A Fate Inked in Blood were both so close to being 5 stars, but for me, a 5-star has to be like everything. Like, I have to love all the characters and pretty much like live, breathe, die, ride or die for them. Like Magnolia and BJ, Magnolia Parks, like 5-star for me. Even 6-star for me. Like, I just love them so much. And then like ACOTAR or Throne of Glass, like, or even like Frida McFadden thriller books that I love so much. But like, these just felt a little bit short, but they were both so good. I was just so intrigued by the storytelling and the plot of this story. So like I said before, it was about 5 assassins that are hired to kill their king. But there's like so many twists and turns. It's not like I didn't really see it coming. There was just one twist, though, at the end that I really had no idea who betrayed the rest of them, because there's a betrayal that happens at the end. And then it kind of, like, fucks up everything. But it was so good. I was just so intrigued by this book. And I really liked the writing style. I think she's a great writer, May Corlin. And I'm really, really, really excited for the second book now. So now that's another series that I started. And I've read both of the books that are that came out this year. And 5 Broken Blades and A Fate Inked in Blood are really, really popular books this year. A Fate Inked in Blood is like one of the top romantasy books on Goodreads, along with When the Moon Hatched. And I really do want to read that book this year. It's not on my August TBR, but honestly, like, I am just so in the mood for fantasy still. Like, I really just don't want to slow this fantasy train down while I'm on it. And I have quite a bit of more fantasy books that I want to read this month. I am still trying to read It Happened One Summer. And when I looked at, I was actually reading it a little bit in the salon today, because I actually started Quicksilver on my Kindle, because I'm dying to read that book too, and everybody's talking about it. I might actually read that book this month still. But honestly, like, it was just, it's something that's like not light enough for me to read when I'm like hearing like background noise of like the nail, even like in the nail salon, because sometimes like kids are like annoying. Like, there was these two annoying kids next to me, and I'm just like, why are you like just fighting in a freaking nail salon? And like the mom could literally care less. I was just like, I am not here for this. I come to the nail salon to relax, and sometimes like people just like don't even care. So, and people are like, haha, you know, they're kids. I'm like, no, can you like tell them to be quiet? You know, it's just annoying sometimes. You know what I mean? So anyway, but yeah, I just can't believe I finished my 100th book, and now I might set another goal on Goodreads. I might set it to 150. I think I'm going to do 150 because I think I'm still going to be able to hit that by like probably the beginning of November or mid-November. So I think I'm going to hit that within the next 3.5 months or so, depending on how many books I read August through October. If I even maintain my 15 books a month or more, then I will hit it. So, but again, it's not about that. I'm just so like amazed and shocked at myself, the fact that I've read 100 books this year. Like, that is literally mind-blowing to me. I didn't think it was gonna be achievable. And then I was like, there is nothing more in this world that I love more than reading, and it's made me a lot of friends on Goodreads. I wish that, you know, I had more friends that read the same books as me. I pretty much only have one other friend that we have read similar books, and I got her into Fourth Wing and she read them. So, but I actually did pick up this book with her. The second book I picked up with my other friend, but I am going to start this series today. So this is another series that I'm starting. I think the next book in this series comes out next year, because I think the second book came out this year, like earlier, like February or March. So I'm going to be starting the Song of Silver Flame Like Night series. I forget what it's actually called, but I'm super excited to start this because I really just want some dragons in my life right now. And I started reading the first page and I'm like, I think I'm going to love this. This might be my 5-star potential, because even though I haven't gotten quite to 5 stars, maybe this will be another 4.75. I'm not really sure, but I'm super excited for this. This has been on my TBR for a couple months now, and I'm just so, like I said, I'm so into the fantasy right now. That's all I want to read. And then the second one is called Dark Star Burning Ash Falls White, and these covers are just absolutely gorgeous. I've seen some mixed reviews about the second one. Everybody says that the first one is better, but I bet they're still going to be good. And at least the second one is actually 100 pages shorter than the first one, so even if I don't enjoy it as much as the first one, at least it's not that long. And I kind of hate when, like, as the series goes on, the books just get longer and longer. I'm like, can we maintain like maybe the same page count, or maybe just make it like 100 pages longer, or maybe like 50 pages longer? But like, I just found out a couple of weeks ago that the way that authors get paid is by the page length. So I guess that's why Sarah J. Maas made Throne of Glass so freaking long, or they progressively got longer. And then the same thing with Crescent City. But honestly, like, Sarah J. Maas could write the phone book and I would read every single word. So yeah, that's it. I'm just on cloud 9 right now. I can't believe I finished 100 books. One was a short story and the other one was a compilation or completion or whatever you call it of short stories, but those were both part of the Folks of the Air series, the Cruel Prince trilogy. They were like the short stories that assisted to that trilogy, but most people do count short stories as still towards their reading goals on Goodreads. So it's still 100 books. Maybe it's 99.5 maybe, but I don't care. I'm so excited. I just can't believe it. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go. Bye. Okay, so hey there, guys. I'm gonna tell you guys about my makeup look for today. So I did tell you guys I was just gonna go see my best friend today. Still can't go over my boyfriend's house. It's annoying the shit out of me, but whatever. So we just made tacos because he said that he had like ground beef and stuff like that and taco shells and everything. So it was fun. I chopped the onions, I chopped up some tomatoes, and we just threw it in, and it was good. It was fun. We threw the onions in the skillet so we could cook the ground beef and the onions together, and it was good. It was fun. And then we just played Mario Party and Mario Kart like we usually do. So anyway, I primed my eyes with the Anastasia eye primer, and then I used the Clarins lip oil, and then I set my eyes with the Urban Decay pressed powder, and then for my eyeshadow palette, I went into the Ensley Reign Cosmetics Groovy Garden palette. I just wanted to go back into my Ensley Reign shadows, and also I hadn't used this palette in a little while. This is probably my most used palette that I've gotten this year, besides, like I said, the Golden Sun palette or Golden Hour palette by Colourpop. I love this palette so much. I think about using it all the time. So I went into Foxy in the crease, then I darkened up the crease more with Earthy Ember, and then I used Dig It on the outer corners, and then for the lid I just wanted to go into Lava Lamp again. It's probably like one of the most stunning shadows I've ever seen in my life. Such a gorgeous like reddish shade. I love it so much. And then for my brow bone I just went into Free Thinker. And then for my inner corners, I used Jazz. I just love how you have absolutely everything you could possibly need in a palette, in this palette. It's just perfect. I love it so much. I really haven't picked up too much makeup or eyeshadow palettes. I still have my makeup sitting next to me to film a haul video that I still haven't filmed. I just haven't been bothered. I'd much rather be reading. Then I went into the Makeup by Mario liner in the shade Black, and then I went into the Essence Lash Primer, and then I went in with the Lancome Monsieur Big Mascara, and then I went into the Maybelline Lash Discovery on the bottom lashes. I'm kind of keeping my voice down because everybody's like gonna go to sleep right now. And I primed my face with the Do It Spray and the e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer, and then for my foundation and concealer, I just wanted to go into stuff that's really light, so I just went into the Haus Labs Triclone Skin Tech Foundation in the shade 050 Fair Cool, and then for my concealer I went into the Haus Labs concealer in the shade 01 Fair Neutral, and then I set my under eyes with the Pat McGrath Labs powder, and then I set my face with the Urban Decay pressed powder, and then for my bronzer I went into the NYX Matte Bronzer in the shade medium. Did I say I got my nails fixed yesterday? I might have not shown you. I don't remember, but I got my nails fixed yesterday. And then I went into, I actually went into one of the new blushes that I got finally, because I hadn't used it yet. I finally went into the Milk Makeup Jelly Stick blush that I got. So this is the Jelly Sticks Spritz I don't even know what these are called. Cooling Water Jelly Tint in the shade Spritz. So I used that and I liked it. It was nice. Not my favorite blush ever, but it was nice. And then for my highlight, I just went into my Blend Bunny Cosmetics palette. I usually use this highlighter whenever I need something like a bit reddish. So I went into the shade Dreamlike, which is this one right here. It's so beautiful. It actually like shears out beautifully. It doesn't look that red on your face. What the heck did I just do? I hate when I do that. I can just click it. Hello. Ugh, I hate that feature. It like slides completely off the screen and you have to like slide it back. It's kind of like an iPad, but I don't like it. It's annoying. Then I set my face with the Milk Makeup Setting Spray, and then I set my brows with the, oh my fucking god. Just forget it. The e.l.f. Wow Brow, and then for my lips, I went into the Colourpop BFF liner, and then for my lipstick, I went into this guy, I went into Colored Rain liquid lipstick in the shade Satin Cream. Even though this was probably a little bit pinky tone for what I used, but whatever, it still looked really pretty. So that's everything as far as my makeup goes. And then as far as a reading update goes, I'm still reading Song of Silver Flame Like Night, and I'm really enjoying it so far. This one, I think I'm on page 203. So I got through almost 100 pages today. I'm about to read some more because I'm actually really in a reading mood right now. It's just been kind of hard to get into a reading mood right now, but I really like the quality of this book. It's like super floppy. I actually think this is the longest book I actually have to read until, I think it's like 4:55, yeah. So I'm almost halfway through, so that's pretty good. And then the other longest book I have is Of Jade and Dragons. All the other books that I have are like under 400 pages or so. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this. I think I made a mistake though, saying that I was, starting this series. I am starting this series, but I think it's only a duology. I think it's completely out. So I'm kind of like happy that I'm finally reading another duology, because I don't think I've read a duology since One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns and Lightlark and Nightbane and Serpents of the Wings of Night and Ashes of the Star-Cursed King. But we already knew that like a third book was coming out in the Carissa Broadbent series. I think originally that was a duet. And so was Lightlark and Nightbane. But this is actually like a completed duet. And then also I have the Daughter of the Pirate King duet. And I also have the Six of Crows duology and the Dance of Thieves and Vow of Thieves. So I think I'm going to be reading quite a bit of duologies the next couple of months. But that makes me happy that I don't have to worry about continuing that series after this. But it's still really good. I'm still really enjoying it. Like, if a third book did come out, I would definitely read it. So, it's just, like I said, it's taking me a bit longer to get through books. But I still got through the first 200 pages since last night. So it's still pretty good. So, and then, me and my best friend are going to go to the beach this weekend, and I don't think I'm gonna read It Happened One Summer. I really am not in it pretty much at all. I think it's terrible writing. I'm just not really enjoying it. So I think I'm either going to read The Grandest Game, or I might just read Nantucket Nights, because it's only a 6-hour book. So if I get through like 3 hours of it at the beach, I might just finish it on Sunday. And then I'm hoping to be done with the duology by then, so I can just possibly just pick like a quick summer read on Sunday. And then like continue with the fantasy and maybe some summer romances, because I kind of want to read some summer romances after I finish this duology. Like, I was thinking about continuing my magical kick, but I do really want to read The Spell Shop, but I also want to read at least the 2 Carly Fortune books that I've still been wanting to read, so I'm probably going to read those next week, and probably just Nantucket Nights. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see. At least that'll get another Kindle read done. But I've just been trying to read It Happened One Summer here and there, and I just think it's so dumb. Like, I am literally just cringing at the dialogue. And even the internal dialogue is really dumb. So, I don't know. I think I'm just going to read that throughout the month. And I'll update when I'm actually going to, like, finish it. Or I might just continue reading that on the beach because I'm already reading it. But it's just, like, taking me so long because it's not very good. It's probably, like, maybe one of the most cringiest books I've ever read. So yeah, probably gonna pick one of those 2 to read this weekend. So yeah, that's it. Bye. Okay, so hey there guys. I want to tell you guys about my makeup look for today. I am extremely tired right now. I went from not really doing much yesterday to doing too much today because, let me see if I can turn my camera. So, oh, excuse me. This is what I was doing today. Rearranging the whole bookshelf. Can't really see it right now, but I think it's finally the way that I want it to be right now. I rearranged it so many times, but I'm like in love now. I think it's where I want it, and I keep on like just staring at it because I think it needed to be done. So, and I'm so happy with it. So, yeah, hopefully it can stay like that, and yeah, we'll probably keep on constantly rearranging it, but for now, it is what it is. I'm not touching it again. This is like little things that I want to keep on changing, but I think overall, this is how I want it right now. I kept on changing it like constantly. And I'm going to keep on saying that. So anyway, yesterday I didn't even wear makeup because I ended up not doing anything or seeing anybody. Still can't see my boyfriend, so I just went to Target and to get food for myself, and that was it. And then I stayed home for the rest of the night. And then I just finished my book, actually. Well, I'll say that at the end. Well, actually, I'll say it now because that's yesterday, not today. So I finished Song of Silver Flame Like Night. And I thought it was really, really good. I gave it a 4.5. I still haven't found any 5 stars this month, but honestly, that's fine because I've still been having a good reading month. Like, everything I've rated 4.5 or higher. Like, the other 2 books I read, I gave both of them 4.75. So, yeah, they've just been really, really good. Not anything, like, mind-blowing, but I still really liked it. I couldn't really tell you what it was about. I just recommend that you read them. It was a Chinese fantasy, basically about, like, demon gods and to save, their world, pretty much. Some people can possess demon gods, but they're not supposed to practice letting them free, pretty much. If you do possess one, it's illegal to actually unleash their power. So I guess that's the best way I can describe it. And the 2 main characters are Lan and Zen. And Lan is like the main female character. And her mother got murdered by one of these evil magicians. So it's just so cool where, like, basically he took her soul, and before her mother was killed, she had inscribed a tattoo into her arm that possesses something that you don't know. If I say any more, I'm gonna spoil it. But it was really, really good. And basically she has to find Zen to help him her train, and he needs to help her train to control, like, her abilities. So, and he's like a trained, he's not a master, but, or maybe he is, but she basically has to go to his school that he practices at so she can get taught to not really control, but, like, hone her abilities, I guess. It's not really controlling, because it's not like she's out of control, but, like, or to, like, discover new abilities and stuff. So it was very magical, very not whimsical, I would say. This is more so, like, not dark magic, but just Really good. It was just really good. So anyway, today I was supposed to go see one of my friends for happy hour, but I was supposed to go see her yesterday for happy hour, but she canceled on me yesterday. And then she also canceled on me today. So, because like the stormy weather always gives her migraines. And yesterday, she had to take her dog to the vet. So I couldn't be like, oh my God, we are not going to happy hour. So it was fine. But today I ended up meeting my best friend and we went to like this beach store because, well, actually it's like pretty much they have everything. So we could get beach chairs. I actually ended up getting a camping chair because it has cup holders and an awning on top. And it's a pretty comfy chair. And then I can use it for the beach. And he really wants to take me camping. But honestly, like, you couldn't pay me to go camping. If they paid me, I might go. But I'm not really a camping kind of person. Really have no desire to go camping. But anyway, it was really good chair. So then like we didn't have to buy a separate umbrella or the jack for the umbrella to put it in the sand when I have a chair with shade and I can just bring that to the beach. So I don't have to worry about getting sunburn sitting under the chair. So yeah. It was great. And I was like 3-in-1. It has cup holders and an awning and it's a chair. So, and again, if I ever go camping, I don't know. So anyway, so I did put on makeup. So I primed my eyes with the Colourpop Party Proof Primer. And then I used the Clarins Lip Oil. And then I set my eyes with Colourpop Pretty Fresh Powder. And then after that, we went and got some food. And then we went to Target, of course. And then we actually went to PetSmart. Well, we went to BJ's and PetSmart. So basically we just did bullshit. But we did get to go eat at least. We just went to this place called Fat Boy's Burrito. Which basically, we've been there like a few times. Their food is so good. And honestly, it's like just the easiest place that you can go to. Where you don't have to sit down and wait for your food. Like we didn't really want to do that tonight. We were kind of like, this wasn't really planned, but at the same time, like, we go there so much because it's just so easy. So then, like, because it was a Friday night, so, like, everywhere else was going to be pretty much packed. So we're like, yeah, let's just go there. And we had just beaten the rush, but at the same time, you order your food at the register, and then you just take a number, and they bring you your food in, like, less than 5 minutes. So that's why it's just so much better. And their food is so good. So we just ended up going there. And their drinks are great. I always get the rum punch there, and it's so good. So I was like, yeah, let's just go there. I was like, I kind of want tacos again anyway. Even though he had just made me tacos, like, 2 days ago. And I had this street Cali taco with steak, pico, guac, like, just kind of like a basic one, and it was really good. And then I had the hot honey chicken one. For some reason, I was just really craving something with that in it, and it was so good with, like, this sriracha sauce. That one was so much better than the steak one, but the steak one was still good. And then, of course, I got chips and guac. So anyway, why am I rambling? I don't know. And then for my eyeshadow palette, I went into the Beauty and the Beast palette by Colourpop, just because I didn't know what I was doing, so I just threw on some eyeshadow. So I just went into Beast in the crease, and then I darkened up the crease more and the outer corners with West Wing. And then for the lid, I went in with Vivid Imagination. And then for the inner corners, I used Inner Beauty. Sorry, my voice is cracking. I don't know why. But also we wanted to go to that beach place. I mean, again, it's not just a specific beach store. I can never say that word and sue me if you want me to say it right, because I don't care. I'm never going to. But we wanted to get like a cheap chair, and that camping chair was like $25. It wasn't even expensive, so it was great. And that's basically what we went there for, is just to get beach chairs, because all their stuff is like probably under like $30, honestly, or under $40. And then I went in with the Makeup by Mario liner in the shade brown, and then I just went into Essence Lash Primer, and then I went into the Colourpop Lengthening Mascara on the top and bottom lashes, because if I ended up not seeing him, I was just going to go to Target and then get food for myself anyway, so basically, and then I was going to go to that beach store, because I wanted to get a chair anyway if he didn't go with me. That would have been the plan. I was thinking about seeing It Ends With Us, but by the time I wanted to go see it, it was already filling up at 4 o'clock. I was going to do the 4:15 showing if I ended up not seeing anybody today. But the third row was all taken by that time. And originally, I was going to get a third row ticket because it wasn't that, it was like empty before that. And then today it just filled up, so. And then I primed my face with the Do It Spray and the Rare Beauty Illuminating Primer. And then for my foundation and concealer, I just went into the Makeup Forever HD Skin Foundation. And then the coinciding concealer in the shade 1.1N. I'm in the shade 1R02 in this foundation. I have such a headache right now. Oh my god, this light is not helping me whatsoever. It's so freaking bright. I need to turn it down more. It's just too bright right now, sorry. And then I set my face with the Colourpop Pretty Fresh powder, and I set my under eyes with the Pat McGrath Labs one. And then for my bronzer, I just went into the Colourpop Matte Bronzer. And then for my blush, I just went back into the Makeup by Mario one again. I've been using that one a ton. Because again, I just threw on makeup because I wasn't sure what I was doing. And then he told me like almost at 4 o'clock that we can meet at the beach store because we're going to go to the beach on Sunday. So we wanted to get beach chairs. Originally, we were supposed to have a beach day today, but not with my best friend because he works during the day Fridays. But I usually go with my other beach crew on Fridays because for some reason they always want to go Fridays. But, you know, my best friend is usually off Saturdays and Sundays, and we were like, well, let's go on Sunday because Sunday is supposed to be super sunny and no rain and wind, and Sunday is supposed to be sunny all day, so we're going to go and we're going to read, and it's going to be great. And then for my foundation, again, the blush I went into was Barely Blushing. I still have not filmed my haul yet. And then for my highlight, I just threw on the Beauty and the Beast highlighter. This one is so beautiful in the shade Special Guest. And then I set my face with the Milk Makeup Setting Spray. And then I set my brows with the e.l.f. Wow Brow. And then for my lips, I just threw on Appy by Colourpop. Because again, I wasn't sure what I was doing. And I didn't really care at that point. So that's everything as far as my makeup goes. And as far as a reading update goes, I jumped right into the second one after I finished Song of Silver Flame Like Night. So this one is Dark Star Burning Ash Falls White. And look at this cover. Isn't this so freaking stunning? I can't wait to display this once I'm done with it. But there's like a book up there that I'm displaying right now in place of this one. Is so pretty. But I might just swap them out and read that one because I actually haven't read it yet and I just want to read that one next anyway, so I might just take it out to read it. So, which I think is exactly what I'm going to do. Right now I'm on page 133. I actually only ended up reading like maybe 40 pages of this, and then I listened to the rest of it today, so I haven't really read that much of the physical copy because I think I said this before, but I've been using Speechify to listen to Song of Silver Flame Like Night and a little bit of this book as well because I had ran out of Spotify listening hours like 2 weeks ago. So I found Speechify and you can try it out for free for a week, but I actually just got my Spotify listening hours back an hour ago because both of these books are included in premium, but you only get a certain amount of listening hours every month. And this is probably the only one that I'm going to listen to that I know is included in Spotify Premium. So then I just started listening to it on there. So I still got 133 pages in. I want to get halfway through, which would be 170. So I'm just going to read some more and see where we get. So yeah, that's it. Bye. Okay, so hey there, guys. I want to tell you guys about my makeup look for today. I'm actually going to meet my friend to go book shopping at Barnes & Noble, and then we're just going to go to the mall that's literally right across from there. So yeah, did I say we're going to Barnes & Noble? That's where we're going. I just want to look. I might not buy too much. I know I say this every time, but then I end up leaving with like 3 or 4 books. So we will see. But I am going to do a book tour, like a bookshelf tour very soon. I'm probably going to film that on like Tuesday. I might not be doing anything Tuesday. I'm supposed to go to the beach tomorrow with my best friend. He might be joining me and my friend later. But remember how I said I might why can't I say this? Oh my God. I was supposed to go to the city today, actually, but then my friend said that she wasn't feeling well, and I'm like, it's totally fine. Like, we literally just went last week, and I met her in the city last week, and honestly, like, I kind of didn't want to go today because I'm going to Jersey next weekend for my birthday because we're going to American Dream, and that's going to be pretty expensive, so I think it's better that we don't go to the city right now because we just went last week and I bought some books in the city, so I'm like, it's fine. Like, honestly, I'm kind of glad that my other friend was available and she just so happened to be on the island today because she lives in Queens. And I was like, hey, do you still want to do something later because my other friend can't meet me? And she's like, yeah, we'll meet later. And I was like, okay, cool. So I primed my eyes with the Anastasia eye primer, and then I used the Clarins lip oil, and then I set my eyes with the Urban Decay pressed powder. And then for my eyeshadow palette today, I just decided to go back into the Colourpop Pokemon palette. I had no idea what I was wearing today, so I just threw on this shirt. This is only like the 3rd time I've ever worn this shirt, so I'm like, you know what? I kind of want to wear it again. So I went into Pokemon Center in the crease. Then I darkened up the crease more with Fuchsia City. And then I used SS Anne on the outer corners. And then for the lid, I used Gym Leader. And then for the inner corners, I used Jelly Donut. So I thought it turned out really pretty. I usually use the Alice in Wonderland palette when I wear this shirt. But I was like, I feel like there's colors in here that I could use. I've used this palette so much at this point. I just love it. It's just so adorable. And I just wanted to use Colourpop again today. And also, I was actually about to leave to meet her, and then she texted me like 3 minutes ago and told me that she was running late. So I was like, okay, I'll just sit down and film my makeup look real quick. And then I went into the Colourpop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Prance, and then I went into the Essence Lash Primer, and then I went into the Tartelette Tubing Mascara on the top lashes, and the Maybelline Lash Discovery on the bottom lashes. And then I primed my face with the oh my God. The Tower 28 SOS facial spray. I finally remembered to use that to prep my face. And then I went into the e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer. And then I went into the Glossier Foundation in the shade Very Light. And then I went into the Tarte C Concealer. And then I went into I'm brain farting right now, the Pat McGrath Labs powder to set my under eyes and my T-zone. And then I set my face with the Colourpop Pretty Fresh powder. And also, since I was thinking about leaving a bit earlier, I was thinking about going to Target first just to pick up my Unisom sleeping pills. But then I was like, it's probably going to be terrible driving down that road to get to where I need to go because where I'm meeting her is like 20 minutes away from me. So, and going down one of the roads, because it's like one of the busiest roads on the island. Like, it's insane how busy this road is. And I like live 5 minutes away from it. And I'm on that road pretty much every single day. Every single day I'm pretty much on that road. And but going from Target all the way there, it would take like a half hour in itself. So I'm like, no, I'll just go to Target later. And then I went into the House Labs powder in the shade Light Level 1, of course. And then I went into my Alice in Wonderland blush. So I wanted to use the blush in the shade Oh Dear because it's such a beautiful pink blush, so I wanted to use that. And then for my highlighter, I went into the MAC. I don't know why I'm rushing so much. I don't have to leave it for another few minutes. And then I went into the MAC highlighter from the Christmas palette. I don't think you can even get this anymore, but I just used the golden pinky shade. I forget which shade this is called. I think it's called Show Gold. Yeah, I think it is. I don't know if this is a permanent one in their line, but it's such a beautiful highlighter. I love this palette so much. MAC makes incredible highlighters. And then I set my face with the Milk Makeup Setting Spray, and then I set my brows with the e.l.f. Wow Brow. And then for my lips, I went in with the Colourpop lip liner in the shade Good and Plenty. What? I didn't realize she wasn't on the island yet. Now she's saying it's going to take her an hour to get here. Okay, maybe you shouldn't have agreed to meeting me at 3 o'clock. Now it's more closer to 4. Maybe I will go to Target first because now I have to kill some time before she's ready. What the hell? But she has to be here tomorrow for something, so I don't know. Like, she has like no sense of time sometimes. But then she would get mad at me sometimes when I was late seeing her when we would hang out. And now it's like, okay, you should have timed yourself better because I didn't know you were coming from Queens right now. I thought she was already at her parents' house today because her parents live out here. So anyway, I went into the Give by Gwen Stefani lipstick in the shade Scream My Phone Calls. I finally was able to use this today because I picked it up at Sephora like a week or so ago, and I'm finally using it for the first time. I love these lipsticks. They're so good. They're hyped up for a reason. I love them, and I'm kind of getting a little bit hungry. But I wanted to wait to meet her in order to eat, but now I feel like we're not going to eat until like almost 5. So, but there is a Starbucks at Barnes & Noble, so I might just get a snack there while we're shopping because I don't know if I can wait till 5 o'clock when we get to the mall because obviously we would eat at the mall. So I don't know. We'll see. So anyway, that's everything as far as my makeup goes. And then as far as a reading update goes, I'm still reading Dark Star Burning Ash Falls White. I didn't feel like grabbing it because I'm actually displaying it on my shelf right now. But as of right now, I'm on page 247. So I think I have 98 pages left. So I actually have been listening to the audiobook quite a bit because like I said, I got my Spotify listening hours back and those 2 books are both included in Spotify Premium. So I don't know why she said 3:45 if she hadn't even left yet. I mean, typically it would take her probably like 40 minutes, but she got to figure out with traffic. So she's probably not going to get there till 4. So I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, I might just go to Target first and then go on my way there so then I can kill some time by the time she gets there. So I don't know what time she's leaving. Okay, so yeah, that's about it. But I'm really, really enjoying it. It's really good. Some people say that this book like suffered from sequel syndrome, which is basically like the sequel's never as good as the first one, but I think this one's just as good, if not possibly a little better. Because now I don't have to like figure out the magic system, but honestly, like the magic system's so easy to understand in these books. So I'm really enjoying them. I think they're really, really good. So yeah, that's it. Bye.